New Chapter Inc. is a global movement of millions of young people making positive change, online and off. Below are 11 facts you want to know about homelessness among teens in America today. 1. According to HUD's 2014 Point in Time report, 34% of the total homeless population is under 24. 2. Some youth find themselves without homes when their parents' financial situations collapse or they have been abandoned by family members who can no longer take care for them due to substance abuse problems or incarceration issues. There were 45,205 unaccompanied children and adolescents living on our streets last year. Many say that life as a street kid has left an indelible imprint on how they will live going forward. It follows them like gum stuck beneath. 2. Homeless children and youth are more than just the homeless. Some of these kids have families, but many do not. In 2014 alone, there were 45,205 unaccompanied minors living on their own without a family to take care of them or keep them safe from harm. This is an alarming number for those who want nothing more than safety in numbers when it comes to finding food and shelter they need for survival outside of home life with parents. Some people say that all homeless teenagers should be able to turn themselves into shelters so they can get better services available at places like churches where volunteers will help feed hungry souls as well as provide basic necessities such as clothing items, while other advocates think unsupervised teens might slip up during what's meant to serve only temporary relief. 3. Homeless youth are more prone to substance abuse due to the trauma they face on a daily basis. It is not uncommon for these youths, aged 12 to 21, who have faced toxic levels of neglect and sexual or physical violence as children of the streets, or even in their own homes, use drugs or alcohol, both self-medication and coping mechanisms against recurring nightmares that plague them with each moment spent awake at night. It's no secret that many homeless adults suffer from mental illness, but what about adolescents? About 80% of homeless people between ages 12 to 21 turn towards drug use or alcoholism as an outlet after experiencing long periods without food, shelter, safety, and loved ones. Oftentimes this leads to addiction, which can be very difficult if sober treatment. 4. The Department of Justice estimates that every year, over 1.7 million teens experience homelessness in the U.S. This number is staggering and makes up a whopping 40% of all homeless Americans. Post flyers in your community to educate this population on resources and services available to help them lead normal lives once again. 5. Youths are so eager to leave home that they often run away before the age of 18. More than 20% of teenagers will run away from their homes, according to estimates by Urban Institute researchers. More shocking is that this figure represents an average across all demographics and not just those with risk factors such as having been abused or neglected at home. The desire for independence starts young. Among youths under 10 years old, 3 in 10 have reported running away on more than one occasion, while 5% had done it twice or more times already. 6. The number of homeless LGBT teens is staggering, with 40% identifying as such. The unbearable lightness of being a teenage transgender in America, says no one ever again after reading this article by the Washington Post on the difficulty and loneliness that come from living life without family or shelter support. We all know how difficult it can be to grow up gay and alone, but imagine what it's like for an LGBTQ teen who doesn't have parents at home to help guide them through tough times, let alone when they're not even out yet. LGBTQ youth are overrepresented among unaccompanied children lost in US, Canada and Mexico, a whopping 32%. Mostly because their families kicked them out due to prejudice against sexual orientation, gender identity. According 7. Family rejection on the basis of sexual orientation and gender identity was cited as the most frequent factor contributing to LGBT homelessness. This number is staggeringly high, with about a third, 34%, feeling that they were rejected from their family because of who they are attracted to or identify themselves as sexually. 1. Family rejection on the basis of sexual orientation and/or gender identity has been found by researchers over 40% in some cases for those experiencing homeless among LGBTQ+ populations too. 46% felt this contributed greatly towards them being out of home. 3. While it's clear that not all will experience these same struggles, research also shows us 34% feel like coming out led to familial rejection. 36%. Meanwhile, reported significant problems maintaining. 8. A new study found that over half of all young people who are homeless or living in a shelter reported to having been told by their parents to leave, and they did not care. 9. A 2002 report on sexual abuse among adolescent runaways, prepared for the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, found that 21 to 40% had been sexually abused compared to 1 to 3%. The findings are alarming because many people would think this statistic was much lower than it actually is due to common misconceptions about homeless youth being inherently tough or resilient, or even without a sex drive. The 2002 study also supports earlier research by suggesting that while all adolescents who become runaway experience some level of trauma in their lives as they grow up, those with more traumatic events have an increased incidence of mental health problems such as depression and suicidal thoughts when compared against normative data from general population samples. 10. According to a 2013 study, 41% of youth who run away have been abandoned by their parents for at least 24 hours and 43% have experienced some form of physical abuse from caretakers. In other words, out of the children surveyed in this research project that ran away or were kicked out on their own accord, over half, 54%, had not received any parental support within the last year preceding running away. 11. Homeless people are more than 9 times as likely to contract HIV. There's a study that shows homeless youth under 25 have an astounding 2.3% prevalence for the virus, which is 3 to 9x higher than rates of comparative samples in America and elsewhere. HIV rates amongst the homeless population are staggeringly high at around 9 times what they would be if homelessness were not present. One study found a rate of 2%. We are a nonprofit organization that helps homeless youth find homes. We currently live on donations from people like you, and we need your support to continue providing for these young adults in their time of crisis. You can make a donation online or through the mail at www.youthnewchapter.com/donate/ or www.ncogd.org. Follow us on social media at New Chapter Inc. Like and subscribe to our channel for more content.